Now, to give you a sense of where this is all unfolding, we have a map to show you. Much of the activity this morning has been in Watertown, and you can see where that is in relation to the explosions that happened during the Boston Marathon. The first explosion here, the second explosion here. And then there was that police officer on the campus of the MIT, and there is Watertown, where all of the searching is going on now, that intense door-to-door searching with the police officers in SWAT gear. The entire city of Boston is told to stay indoors. The buses, the subways, they are not running. All Boston area colleges are closed right now, and you know how many colleges are in that area. Taxi service was just restored within the last 2 hours. Now, just 2 hours ago, we also spoke on the phone with a woman who lives right at the Boston border. She was on her way into work when she received a phone call that the city was on lockdown.
My husband called me rather frantic, telling me that they had extended the lockdown through all of Boston, which is practically at our doorstep. I just got off the next exit and turned right back around and drove home, and that's it. We've been glued to the TV, to Facebook. We both have our computers running, you know, in the living room here. It's very stressful.
All right, here is a very haunting image from the day of the attacks. Take a look now at this image coming out of this tragedy. This is a freeze frame we're showing you from video that somebody took just before the explosions occurred at the Boston Marathon. It appears to show the youngest victim, 8-year-old Martin Richard, the little boy there circled in blue, the little boy who was killed, the youngest victim who died in that massacre. Toward the back of the crowd, one of the suspects also is circled. On the right, we're calling him, and the FBI is calling him, suspect number 2 in the white hat. And you can see circled at the bottom of the photo, that is believed to be one of the 2 bombs in a backpack just minutes before the blast occurred. Again, 3 people were killed. Nearly 200 others were injured. And of course, we're working to uncover new information right now about the suspects. Again, 26-year-old Tamerlan Tsarnaev, right here, the older brother, was killed in a gun battle with police overnight. His younger brother, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, is now the target of that massive manhunt that's unfolding. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez is looking into their background as well as their family history. And Tyler, these boys moved to the U.S. from Russia 10 years ago.
Right, we just heard from a man described himself, Bertha, as the uncle of these 2 young men, speaking from Montgomery Village, Maryland. He says he hasn't spoken with them in years, though. Here's a look now at the latest from the Boston Police Department's Twitter feed. Governor Patrick asking residents to remain safe, stay inside, and saying that search is 60% done, but still more work to be done as they continue to search for Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. Now, a man describing himself as their uncle says the 2 men moved here in 2003 from Eastern Europe, but that he hasn't spoken with them since December of 2005. And he quickly got emotional when describing his reaction to all this.
I just been following this. I've been following it from day one, but never ever would imagine that somehow a children of my brother would be associated with that. He put a shame. He put a shame on our family, Tsarnaev's family. He put a shame on the entire Chechen ethnicity. Because everyone now they play with word Chechen. So they put that shame on the entire ethnicity. So that's what I would say. Turn yourself in.
Asking Dzhokhar to turn himself in no way did this man describe himself as the uncle try to defend either man. He says his only point today was to express condolences for the victims in the bombing. He says he doesn't believe that his brother or their father had any role in making them angry towards the U.S. in any way. His suspicion is they had a tough time fitting in after moving here in 2003 and that they may have turned to radical Islam. Again, just speculation from a man, though, who says he is the family member of these 2 young men but hasn't spoken with them in about 8 years. Take that as you will. Reporting live in the newsroom, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.